Good morning and welcome to the channel where I've just had my first night outside Energylandia in a really rather nice hotel, considering it was one of the very cheaper options. But can't wait for my day today. Well, I've got 2 days in Energylandia. The weather's set to be a heat wave, which is pretty crazy for the end of October in Poland. And I thought it was time. I've done so many of these trips to start making a little vlog every now and again and letting you all know my thoughts on how the coasters compare to other places I've been in the world. And also for my nephews and nieces who love roller coasters, they can get a little taster before they get older and start doing their own trips. So we're going to fast forward now to me walking up to the entrance of the park, my first impressions, and me heading to ZADRA, which I plan to ride at least 10 times over the weekend, but we'll see how it goes. So welcome then to what seems to be an absolutely dead Energylandia. Excuse the pun, being Halloween and everything. But yeah, there's no one here. And it's a seriously atmospheric morning with Hyperion just poking in and out of the clouds behind me. As we can just about make the top of the lift hill there. It is meant to clear up later. Let's say out of the heat wave, this is going to be the coolest of the days, but next couple of days are going to be in the early 20s, which means the shorts will most definitely be coming out for getting a ride on speed tomorrow. Anyway, I'll catch you in the park when I make my way up to ZADRA. So I just made my way up to ZADRA, famous in the Hall of the Mountain King song that they use at Alton Towers, that everyone's been saying that they use, isn't on. So whether Alton Towers have had a word, despite being from the same company, Merlin, who knows. But I'll give you my view at the moment. So I haven't got that famous first sighting, but I think it makes a very atmospheric first ride. So I'll catch you when I get off. Okay, so I've just come off of my second ride on ZADRA. First time back row, then this time just got myself front row. And as incredible as it was the first time, going up in that lift hill with the fog below, not even being able to see the bottom of the drop, it just didn't live up to expectations. Why that was, I don't know. I had to give it another go, front row, and it was ballistic. It was incredible. It really gave you that sense of you've just been on a top 5 roller coaster, and when you get to the turnaround section after the first drop, there's some serious G-force there, greying out, and not uncomfortably though, just gave you that real feeling of intensity. And yeah, can't wait to ride it later on in the day, and hopefully it's riding even faster. So I've just had a ride on, oh wait, here comes the speed water coaster. I don't think I'll be going on today. It looks like nobody else is either, according to that. Done the family invert roller coaster, and the small sort of new runaway train, and the Formula Tacoma launch roller coaster. And all really good additions to the park, I think. And probably the invert was my favourite actually, despite of course the Formula being a more extreme ride. Despite the park being completely empty, I'm thinking if any ride's going to have a bit of a longer queue, it's going to be the booster they have here. I'm going to give that a quick go and then carry on the slow walk to Hyperion. So it's been a busy morning, it's approaching 12:30, and I've had my 2 rides on Hyperion, my 2 rides on ZADRA, and multiple roller coasters on the way. Again, one of those bucket list roller coasters, and it didn't disappoint at all. Really great coaster, very intense. Again, front row, back row. For me, the back row just nabbed it in terms of enjoyment, because it was smooth enough for me and very intense. I've heard a lot of places that people have said it's rough and hasn't quite lived up to the expectations, but you just don't know until you get out here. And yeah, for me, another potentially top 10-5 roller coaster. We'll see come this time tomorrow, I think, or by the end of the day. So we're just going to have a bit of lunch now, maybe have a coffee, and then have some re-rides on ZADRA, or potentially get some of the other credits here. Looking forward to trying May in the SLC here with more comfortable restraints. It's just worth pointing out to anyone that's thinking about coming out here, as you've probably noticed at this point, although that's probably not the best angle, it is completely quiet here. I know I've said that a couple of times. Back at home in England, I work in a school, and we have a half term, we have a holiday in October, but Poland, where Energylandia is here, they don't have that. So they don't have school holidays, and towards the end of October, when it's meant to be colder, it's a fantastic time to go if you're not a big fan of queuing up for a long time. And yeah, I haven't spent more than 5 minutes in any queue this morning. The thing that's been taking time is waiting for the dispatchers, because they seem to like to send a fairly full train out here. So I've just come round to have a go on the SLC roller coaster they've got here with the updated restraints, which is meant to be much more comfortable. After just coming off of this drop tower, which is the longest cycle of any ride really I've been on. I think we must have gone to the top 10 times and had 10 drops, all of which aren't intense drops, but it's one of those where I'm someone who's got quite a sensitive tummy, and so by the 5th or 6th I was ready to finish, but you get a great view from the top. And you can also see far in the distance when you're on it, they've got a new Vekoma launch roller coaster being built. All the groundwork's happening at the moment, and lots of the track, if not all of it, seems to have arrived. Which hopefully I'll come back next year or the year after to give a go. But yeah, now going to have a go on Mayen, and then probably head over to ZADRA again, which you can start to see as the fog is clearing, and let you know my thoughts as soon as I come off. So out of all of the Vekoma SLCs I've done, excluding Odyssey at Fantasy Island, which is a different layout, yeah, this is, as I was hoping, the best by far. The new restraint system is fantastic, and it's the only one of this particular model I've been on so far. I'm sure I think there's 1 or 2 others out there, one in America, that I'd re-ride. So I will be re-riding that if not today, tomorrow. And recommend definitely not skipping it if you come out here, because it's actually what these rides should always have been for me. So I've just come off my third ride, as you can tell by my hair, on ZADRA. See in the background there. The fog's lifted, the park's looking great. It's a bit of a tactical break, this one though, with some ibuprofen gel from the very kind first aid person here, as the rides on Hyperion and ZADRA and the SLC over there have started to take its toll a little. You can see the construction of the new Aqualantis, I believe it's called, the Vekoma launch in the background. I should have got a little bit of an earlier video, but was busy applying the gel, so hopefully that's going to help. We'll see how we get on the rest of the day. But another brilliant, best ride of the day, I'd say that was on the back of ZADRA this time. Really, really good. You would have seen the little snippet I just included of some of the actors here, which are really excellent, excellent actors they've had here around the park all day. And considering it's such a quiet day, it's nice that they've put so much effort into making it a great experience for the limited amount of guests here. And yeah, I might use this time to try out one of the maze attractions. And not normally a massive fan of them, but we'll see how we get on. Have a bite to eat and hopefully we'll be ready for a couple more coasters. But yeah, nice new attraction this. A little monorail ride in which you can pedal to go faster. But I'm quite content going at the speed I am without exerting any more energy today. Because the queue lines here are, I don't know if they're excessively long, but they're very long. ZADRA just going by there. Yeah, so Hyperion's the longest. It's a proper 10-minute walk from the beginning of the queue line to the end. ZADRA seems slightly shorter to me, but after a couple of laps you're more than ready to have a sit down and go on to something else. So I hope you've enjoyed the little ride in here. There is actually another little that I completely forgot about, another Vekoma sort of family-sized ride just around the corner that I'm sure I can give a little go now before thinking about what to do next. And see where the future Vekoma will be. I wonder what this site's going to look like this time next year. So I wasn't planning on including my lunch in the vlog, but having received it, I'm slightly concerned about the colour of my roll. Maybe it's to do with the Halloween event, but I've got myself a red chicken burger, and with a beer and a portion of chips. It only came to £6.20, or about $8. So for a theme park, it's very reasonable. So as you may be able to tell, I've just come off of Speed's, the water coaster. As you can see in the background, just there. You have this lift system that they use, taking you straight to the top. And there's quite a famous video online of theme park review riding it and getting absolutely soaked. I don't know if, for whatever reason, that level of getting wet from the final splash is happening, because I had a look a couple of times before riding it, because there's still a couple of hours of the park day left and no one seemed to be getting that wet. So I sat at the back and yeah, just got a bit of a drizzle, but certainly not soaking. And there's only 2 park hours left. Next feeling a little bit better, and got this bad boy coming up now. Little I don't know if it actually spins or not. Not sure of the make either. Don't know if Mac do little versions of this. Perhaps it is, but we'll see how it goes. So it's coming towards the end of my day here in Energylandia. It's been a really good day. Just chilling in this rather posh restaurant at the moment, as you can see. I just got myself a drink for £2-3. I'm kind of wondering how they keep this place running due to the scale of it and the small amounts of guests they seem to have, I imagine on quite a regular basis. But I certainly won't complain, and I know a large portion, most of it, I think is government funded, if not all of it, so I guess that explains a lot of it. And just got a nice little view of the final brake run, and only brake run on the Hyperion. Just watching the odd train go by. So there's an hour till park close. I'll give it sort of 15-20 minutes because still got this bit of a pain in my neck and I don't want to overdo it because I'm here all day tomorrow and got 3 more park days after that. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can get a night ride or 2 this evening because sunset's 5:30 and park's open till 6, so hoping for a good evening ride, not pitch black I'm sure, but hopefully get a good 1 or 2 in before the day's out.
Już czas. Ruszamy.
So just a quick little update as I walk away from probably my final ride on the Hyperion of the day, my 4th ride. Again, I was back seat. I think I've had 3 on the very back row, 1 on the front row, and none in the middle. It's just how it's worked out today. But yeah, that back ride just then was absolutely unbelievable. For me, I think at the end of my first day I'm going to have 1 more or 2 more rides on ZADRA. I think it's my favourite at the park, and possibly a new number 1. I'm trying to think what I prefer. I know I've got the likes of Expedition G-Force, Steel Vengeance, El Toro, my very top roller coasters. But for me, the intensity of it, for me the smoothness of it, which has surprised me the most, is really making me think it's quite hard to beat. In the airtime, some incredible airtime on it, and being so close to the floor at such high speeds. The only thing for me that lets it down is the length of it. I think it could definitely go on longer. It must hit the brake run at about 50 miles an hour, I'm sure. And yeah, possibly theming. As I say, the layout is good but quite short. I don't know, it's certainly something to think about this evening, but I'll do 1 or 2 more little updates before the day's out after my final ride or rides on ZADRA. I'll try and get some nice clips of the park as well. It's an absolutely beautiful evening now. So after having done another ride on ZADRA, middle road to be fair, but yeah, I'm still thinking Hyperion's the one for me, so Hello. So whether I get the chance to make it back there, I've got 8 minutes now. I'd rather take a chance and have one last night ride on that than just re-ride ZADRA. So let's see, I'll give you an update at the end of the day. So that wraps up a fantastic day at Energylandia. It's it's been above expectations, I think would be fair to say, and I got my night ride as well on Hyperion, which was a bit of a gamble, but I'm glad I managed to just make it before the chap put the barrier up. So I got my last ride on that. Yeah, fantastic day overall. Like I said, great, okay operations, but I think that's been because of the lower volume of people. But great interaction from the staff and with all the different characters around the place. And yeah, I've got another day here tomorrow before heading over to Energylandia in Katowice. And hope you enjoyed the video, although saying that, I think next thing you'll see is the morning and I'll be back here, so I'll probably blend it all into one video. Good morning, welcome back to another day on park. And you can see that what I mentioned about this heat wave wasn't just me imagining things, but it's looking like a beautiful day today. And again, very quiet. I thought maybe it'd be slightly busier today given the weather. But yeah, let's waste no time, get back on it. I think I'll start my day with Hyperion today. So I've just started my day off with another couple of rides on Hyperion, and yeah, still not disappointing in the slightest. It's just getting better and better. Met several other coaster enthusiasts that had a good chat with, and none of them have said that ZADRA for them is better. Some of them, they thought it was the same, and a couple of them preferred Hyperion. So yeah, that's where it stands still for me. I've got a strong feeling my count on this is going to go way into the double digits today. But for now, I'm going to get my last 2 creds, and I'm still going to take it fairly easy, as brought some ibuprofen gel to keep this shoulder and neck limber, and hopefully we'll still have a good day.
Marta! Tak, tam jest razem, ale czasem mama tam z nim. Tam, no na tu największym, nie? Tutaj chodzi na to.
So here's a little taster of the queue line. We don't have to do that bit this time. Bear in mind, I've already been walking for a couple of minutes and you do get fantastic views of the roller coaster. As you'll see, the walk is far from done. It isn't so bad on a day like today, but it does just go on and on quite a little bit. I'll carry it on in a minute. So at this point you think it might go right, so you can go straight into the station, which is just towards the right there, but no, not the case. I don't know if they could do something with this door. I know it's only a small one, so probably not really possible, but yeah, again, you end up walking back towards the roller coaster and then back on yourself. Oh, she's going up now. So yeah, just to bear in mind for whoever's planning on visiting here. So I've had another couple of rides on ZADRA, had a bite to eat, and now thought I'd chill out for a bit and get another ride on the little transportation ride here, the new one, and see if I can get some filming of the new roller coaster being built. So it's very early stages, but I'll put some in. It looks like there's two places where this could be. Obviously the main one that I'm pointing at now, and one just in the distance over there where the track actually is at the moment. So I'm unsure as to what the exact location will be. This seems to be the obvious place, but I'm not exactly sure as well on the scale of it, so I guess time will tell. You might just be able to make out the other plot of land over in the distance there with that crane. Yeah, so whether that'll be where the other smaller roller coaster goes, that would probably make the most sense. So coming off of Dragon Adventure then, you can see the exit here. It's so much nicer than most of the flat ride attractions here, or even the roller coasters, how it's done. They've really started to come a long way with their theming by the looks of it, and I hope they continue in this direction, because out of all the places in the theme park, despite roller coasters and everything, with ZADRA in the new area they have here with the Dragon Adventure and the other two smaller roller coasters, it's the place I'd most like to spend my time. And if I was back with my girlfriend or family, I think, yeah, it's a really nice place to chill, have a drink, do a couple of rides, and actually enjoy the experience of the theme park a bit more. So hopefully they do continue in this direction. Not the deepest of wells, but let them off for that. After me now.
What?
So it looks like what I can tell is the second area that I mentioned. Where's it gone? I can't see it now. Oh yeah, pointing at it. New hotel zone coming soon. That seems to be the smaller area with the new roller coasters. A new area going here just below ZADRA, which I think will work really nice. I'm sure you'll get a great view from the hotel there with ZADRA, Hyperion and Aqualantis here. So I've just come to the top of, just finished the rapids. You can get a really good sighting of the new roller coaster track from here. I don't know if I can get any closer. But there it is. Here comes speed. Are they going to get a soaking or not? I don't think so. They look a bit miserable actually. Now getting to my 10th ride on Hyperion, and I thought that deserved a new t-shirt, being possibly my favourite number one roller coaster. They don't have much merch here, and to be honest I didn't think I was going to get any, but after digging around a little bit I found this top I'm quite keen on, and again it's really reasonably priced. So here we go, 10th ride on Hyperion, and done 8 on ZADRA. Would like to get that to 10 really, but yeah, this is a priority for me. It's going to be at least 10 today. So here we go, what's going to be my last ride on ZADRA today. As we can see it coming back through the final turn around. Let's do it, number 10. So that wraps up my day on ZADRA. Had a great last 2 rides on it, in which the last one I sat here next to some young girl, and as soon as it finished she burst out into laughter and hysterics and was looking at me like shouting something in Polish. And I said, "That was your first ride?" in English, and sure enough it was. And yeah, she looked to the point of crying. She loved it, and it's great to see what effect a ride like that has on someone. But anyway, I'm gonna head off to Hyperion now for a last couple of rides. It's about 5:15, so there's 45 minutes left of riding, so I'm just gonna have a nice stroll over there and see how many we can get, hoping for at least 2. So yesterday I didn't manage to completely finish my video. It ended up being a little bit of a rush for me to get back to the bus that would take me to my next stop, which is Katowice, which is where I am now. But yeah, I just wanted to wrap it up by saying it was an absolutely brilliant weekend. I say weekend, couple of days, start to lose track of the days. And yeah, Hyperion being my favourite, of course ZADRA being a close second, and anyone that's thinking about going, absolutely do it. It's a cheap breakaway. You can certainly make it cheaper than what I've done, and the transport's great. It's close to both Krakow and Katowice airport, and I'm so glad that I've done it, and look forward to hopefully showing another vlog at some point next year. I'm coming back and riding the new roller coaster there. So please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, tomorrow's video is going to take us to Energylandia, Katowice, which is where I'm now on my way to ride the infamous Lek roller coaster. So I'll see you then very shortly. Bye.